Where are the red cards from Camavinga? The red card Camavinga and Gula.
That's
Real Madrid Camavinga and Gula.
No. This is the. You say it's not a red
It
card.
also comes back to what you said about refereeing, because I feel like maybe the referee actually even forgot that Kama was on one yellow card.
One yellow card.
So when to give the second one, it was like I think Kane even called you back that this guy's on.
But still, beyond that, we've seen situations where a referee issues the first yellow card prior to the second one, and when he gives the second one, he looks and checks the VAR and sees that it's really not an offense to be taken, and he overrules.
That's why he comes back again to
overrules.
Go and check. Why is the screen there if you cannot?
Actually,
Time wasting is a normal thing now. Everybody wastes time.
But time wasting attracts.
It's not even
on a norms.
Time wasting attracts yellow card when it's the first offense, right? You can't give a player a yellow card and then when it's time wasting, you give him a red card. You ask him to exit the match just because it's time wasting. You give him a warning at best.
In fact, the red card was like it came from the second yellow came from a face of
frustration.
Exactly.
Because
you notice very well. The guy was like,
you know, everything was just sharp.
Just come card.
And that's why we the referee of all people on the pitch, the referee is the most cool-headed person, or supposedly supposed to be the most cool-headed person
because
of all.
Exactly.
Yes, because of all people, and that is and that is the reason most rules were brought up where you don't talk to the referee
anyhow.
When not just anyhow, you don't just speak to the referee when there's a foul committed. It's the reason where whenever a foul is committed, you see the referees pushing everybody back and calling just the captains to come and speak to him. So the captain speaks for the player. Don't speak to me, don't do anything, so that you don't say something out of anger and offend the referee to give you a red card, to exit the match.
But me, on the player part, I feel like Camavinga should do better. Right, because
I think Madrid players in general
wait now, I'm going somewhere, because when they brought in Camavinga, I said something. I intentionally went to the viewing center to watch that match. I was like telling somebody that this Camavinga, this guy go collect yellow. He show me that. Because if you check Camavinga's play, most times if we foul you do as if nothing happen. Collect yellow. Most times he collect yellow. Why?
Let's speak about Real Madrid in general.
They have an ego problem.
Not just an ego problem, a leadership problem.
Ego and leadership problem.
Because we have the likes of Camavinga, we have Vinicius, we have Bellingham, we have
Valverde, we have Cabral, we have Courtois,
and we have even this France player Mbappe, and none of them are more or less leads or heads in the match. We see a situation where there was a foul and there was a free kick to play, and Mbappe and Vinicius we are struggling on who to take that free kick, right? And Bellingham was saying that the ball should be given to Mbappe, and Vinicius asked him to shut up. And this is doing.
Can you imagine?
And this is doing.
All of them in the Madrid squad are just full of.
There's no lead. Gone are the days.
They are full of spoiled kids.
Do you understand? Gone are the days where Pepe stood.
I feel like those boys are just arrogant. And
very.
They're just
very.
arrogant.
I mean, the days of them even booing Cristiano when Cristiano had Ballon d'Ors. Cristiano was calling hat-trick. They were still booing him. Booing him at the penalty and he just kept quiet. But Vini has even done.
Vini has not done
10% of what won. He's crying for the.
And then they play football. No, boys. There's a difference. You can't compare.
Players has spoiled those.
So you won't compare people, men who they play that time, compare them to no now.
Yeah, he said this. He said that football has gone soft. So
yeah, football
has really gone soft. So I feel like this Champions League of a thing. Semi-finals will be played between PSG and Bayern.
PSG and Bayern, very good.
Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
Haram football.
Very good.
Let's go and ask now.
For Bayern and PSG, I really don't know. It's a 50-50 thing. I don't know who's going to go through because that match is going to.
That's another Champions League.
Because the two of them, they are complete.
It's a final before a final.
That's literally the final.
That's the final.
I feel the person that wins that game should
win the
UCL.
Yeah,
it was just like last season's semi-finals.
Yes.
Barcelona versus Inter Milan. It was like finals.
Pure.
The main final was like one-sided.
Honestly, last season I felt the main final was going to be difficult. I mean, PSG, Inter Milan, right?
And then Inter were just all over the place. They messed themselves up.
People were like,
This is the same Inter that beats Barca.
Yeah,
It's funny because
already.
I almost placed a bet that Inter will win that match. I was at a parlor, with some boys.
Not try again.
And bosses were going around and they were like, PSG is going to win this match. I said, what do you mean? Do you see what Inter did? Do you see the struggle Inter passed through?
So they like broken bones on your head.
You don't understand.
You never knew that Inter
And I came and watched
God
that match.
saved you.
The disgrace of my life.
God saved you.
Actually, so
this is going to be like a final before a final. Bayern, PSG.
So it's a game I really look forward to. It's a game we are looking forward to. We don't know who is going to go through yet between Bayern Munich and PSG, and also between Atletico Madrid
and Arsenal.
You see that match?
Between Atletico Madrid and Arsenal, I have a thing for Atletico Madrid now.
Well, you can never tell.
Yes,
you can have a thing for them, but you can never tell because Atletico Madrid can be very funny at times. When
you need them to step up
their game and then they flop.
True.
So we really don't know.
But it's been a while. Simeone got to this part of
It's
I don't
really
think he'll
been a
give
while.
up that easily.
It's been a while. So moving forward, we have big games ahead.
This weekend.
The EPL title race.
Yeah.
Yeah.